And my name is Tim Flynn. I'm the mayor of the city of Oxnard, and it's an honor to be a part of this great day, this great ceremony in honor of America's veterans. And we're going to start first and foremost by acknowledging that we have the Oxnard City Council here. So we have Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez. We will clap all at the very end, okay, so we get through it. Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez, we have Councilman Bert Perillo, and we have Councilman Brian McDonald here today. And we have Supervisor John Zaragoza, and we have Assemblywoman Jackie Irwin. And we're very, very privileged to have all of them with us this morning. So let's just give them a round of applause very quickly, if we could, please. And before I read the names, I want to thank our city clerk, Daniel Martinez, the veterans, the Oxnard Knights of Columbus, the Elks Club, and all of those people that made this procession march and this beautiful day possible. We started last year, and each year we're building on it, and we're hoping in the next few years to have a full-fledged parade. So we hope that you're all participants in that parade. Let me just read the list of the participants in this year's procession march. The Oxnard High School, and we'll clap at the very end. The Oxnard High School Air Force JROTC, Oxnard High School Marching Band, Oxnard POW, Hueneme High School NJROTC, Boy Scout Troop 231, Cub Scout Pack 3251, the Salvation Army, Channel Islands Girl Scouts, Oxnard Knights of Columbus Council 750, and the American Legion Auxiliary Juniors Unit 48, and the American Legion Riders Chapter 48. Let's, ladies and gentlemen, give them all a round of applause, please. So we're going to begin this morning with our flag ceremony here, and after the flag is raised, I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And then the Oxnard High School Band is going to treat us to some patriotic songs. And then when they're finished, we'll have then our ROTC lead the procession march down B Street all the way to Plaza Park. And we hope that everybody can make the walk because it's very, very special. So why don't we proceed very quickly then with the flag ceremony, and I'll ask them to come forward, please. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we're going to go ahead and start our procession, and we're hoping that everybody joins us down B Street to Plaza Park.
Boy Scouts Troop 231. Cub Scouts Pack 3251. The Salvation Army. Channel Islands Girl Scouts. The Knights of Columbus, Oxnard Council 750. American Legion Auxiliary Juniors Unit 48. Last but not least, the American Legion Riders Chapter 48.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the City of Oxnard Veterans Day celebration. Today, it's about the veterans. It's always about the veterans. We'd like to start out with the invocation of prayer by Chaplain Bill Winter from the American Legion, Oxnard Post 48.
We stand, and if we're covered, uncover. Let's bow our heads. Our Almighty God and giver and sustainer of life and liberty, we thank you for this wonderful day that you have given to us. We thank you also, Lord, that you have allowed us to be a part of a great nation, and we are here to give thanks through our thoughts and our efforts for the sacrifices of those men and women who have donned the uniform, wore it proudly, and served our great nation, which is America, the land of the free. Father and God, Lord of all, Creator of the universe, we ask that you bless our efforts today as we join together in the memory of those who have gone before us, those who have given the supreme sacrifice, and those, Father, who still serve in uniform for our nation. We also pray, Lord, that you give comfort to those who are disabled, those who have lost loved ones, and those who are hurting. And Father, we pray that you will give us a peace in our time, a peace that passes all human understanding, that can only come from you. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Lorraine McDonald.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies' red glee, the bombs bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
That was beautiful. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. If I could ask the Boy Scout, Eric, to please come up. Boy Scouts Troop 231 going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Once again, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome, veterans, families, and all those in attendance today. It's a great honor to be up here. My name is Mike. I'm the post commander for the American Legion here in Oxnard, Post 48, and it is my privilege to be the MC of a Master of Ceremonies for today's event. I really want to say thank you to everybody who's come out today. So at this time, I'm going to invite Dave Forney up to give introductions. He is the Junior Past District Commander for District 16, the American Legion. Dave?
We have some very distinguished guests with us here today. First one on the list, she's running a little bit late, but I'm going to still acknowledge her, is Ms. Congresswoman Julia Brownley. Assemblywoman Jackie Irwin. The Los Angeles Veterans Administration Director of Los Angeles Veterans Administration, Robert McKendrick. Assistant Veterans Service Center Manager, Jamie Cannon. Veteran Service Representative, Daniel Willard. Ventura County Supervisor, John Zargoza. City of Oxnard Mayor, Mr. Tim Flynn. Mayor Pro Tem, Carmen Ramirez. Congresswoman Brownley just arrived. Council member, Oxnard City Council member, Brian McDonald. Councilman, Oxnard City Councilman Bert Perillo. And he's kind of hiding from my view here. The City of Oxnard Police Chief, Jerry Williams. Take a moment. It takes a lot of people and a lot of support to put something like this together. And I want to acknowledge some of the people who are both the sponsors and the participants in this program today. City of Oxnard, American Legion Oxnard Post 48, American Legion Riders Chapter 48, Sons of the American Legion Squadron 48, American Legion Auxiliary Unit 48, the Oxnard Elks Lodge 1443, AMVETS Post 5, the Oxnard Downtowners, the Oxnard Downtown Management District, the Oxnard Salvation Army, Oxnard City Corp, the Oxnard Police Department, the Oxnard Fire Department, Heroes, the Oxnard Kiwanis, Pacific Produce, Produce Available, the Oxnard High School Marching Band, DAL, the Oxnard Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scout Troop, Oxnard Boy Scout Troop 231, the Oxnard Convention and Visitors Bureau, Gold Coast Transit, the Knights of Columbus Council 750, the Oxnard Port Hueneme, Oxnard and Port Hueneme Area Girl Scouts. You're going to be hearing from some of these folks today, and before I leave the stage, can I see a show of hands, or can you stand if you are a Vietnam veteran? I want to welcome you home, my fellow Vietnam veterans. Thank you.
So at this time, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Tim Flynn.
Good morning, Oxnard! Ladies and gentlemen, this, if you look around, everyone just look around you right now. This is what the city of Oxnard thinks about the veterans of the United States of America. A lot of hard work goes into planning this ceremony, and I don't want to thank all the list of people that have been involved in this, but this is a year cycle of planning to put all this together. And our hope and our dream is that next year and building on following years is that we're going to just grow, and we're going to have a larger and larger parade that will commemorate the veterans of this great nation. So there are many speakers today, and I'd like to just leave you with something that is right behind me. And behind me are 5, I call them towers. They're towers that contain 146 veterans' names. 146 Oxnard veterans' names that sacrificed their lives so that we today could be here in Plaza Park. Let's give them a round of applause. And then there are the veterans right here with us that fought in a number of wars, and whether people agreed or disagreed with the war or the conflict, the fact of the matter is that they served loyally, they gave their lives, they risked their lives, and they survived. And so we want to thank them for surviving the war and for fighting, and the veterans. And then I'd like to end about something that I feel is meaningful and purposeful, and that is those veterans that we have all throughout this country and right here in the city of Oxnard who, due to no fault of their own, perhaps through their service and through what they experienced, that they haven't been able to recover, or they're in the process of recovering. And this is decades that they're attempting to recover from their experience in a conflict. That it's just not one way to help them in terms of the fact that we have a renewed focus by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and our excellent representation by Julia Brownlee and by our regional office and by veterans and people all throughout this county. But ladies and gentlemen, we asked ourselves today, what is it individually that we can do to help the most that are in need? And there are far too many veterans that are homeless, that suffer from mental illness, that suffer from rejection. And imagine a decade, 20 years, 30 years of feeling the way they feel. And so we ask ourselves this morning, what is it that we can do as an individual? And then what can we do collectively to make sure that these veterans know what we think about them, and what can we do to help them up? Give a helping hand up. How can we elevate them? And we owe it to the 146 people and to the veterans here today and the veterans across this nation to do more, all of us, individually. We have to ask ourselves that question. And ultimately, when it comes to what we do, it will make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm going to divert from the program just a bit. If I can invite the Girl Scouts to please come up in the front. This is our future. So what the Girl Scouts have asked is they have some thank you cards that they would like to hand to a veteran. So if you're a veteran sitting, they have 30 or 40. So if you're a veteran, please raise your hand so they can hand deliver a thank you note. Girl Scouts, veterans, please raise your hand. Don't be shy. Okay, Girl Scouts, do your thing. Come on, vets. All right, they're working their way over there. We'll give them a moment to complete their task. And while they're doing that, we want to thank the Girl Scouts for such a sweet gesture. And then when you're done, Girl Scouts, you can come back out to the front. And if you, we have, and then we'll wait one second or two. Is everybody back? All right, we'll get a little photo op there. Girl Scouts, smile. Okay. Thank you very much, Girl Scouts. So at this time, it's my honor and my pleasure to invite Congresswoman Julia Brownley, 26th District, up to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Great honor to be here. And on this Veterans Day, we come together as a community and as a nation to express our deepest gratitude to the brave men and women who have served our country in uniform. These American heroes have given us freedom, they have given us security, and they have given us the greatest nation on earth. And as stated in a speech from the American Legion that I was reading earlier this week, it stated that the soldiers we honor today have come from every walk of life, but they share several fundamental qualities. These men and women have the courage, determination, selflessness, the dedication to duty, and the integrity needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. And as a daughter and as a sister and a niece of very, very proud veterans, I understand some of the sacrifices our military men and women and their families have made to our nation. They believe our nation is so important that they're willing to endure separations from their families, miss the births of their children. Many have endured the very worst of circumstances in war, and far too often they are willing and have given their lives. Their spouses have had to endure career interruptions, frequent changes of addresses, and they've had to take on the largest and hardest share of parental responsibilities. And their children have had to deal with changes in school, separation from friends, the uncertainty of whether or not mom or dad will live through the next combat tour. It is this experience and the relationships I have formed with so many veterans and their family members here in Ventura County that certainly guides my work as a member of the House Veteran Affairs Committee. There is so much work, as the mayor said, there's so much work that still needs to be done at home and across the country to properly support each and every veteran and their family members who depend on our commitment. And it is imperative that our country honors our commitments, and I will do everything in my power to ensure that it does. So to each and every one of you here today that I have the greatest honor and greatest privilege of representing in Congress, I extend my sincerest and deepest appreciation for your service. Our debt to you can never be repaid, but our gratitude to you and our respect for you, and that is very, very deep. And that gratitude and respect endures in our hearts today, every day, and forever. So God bless all of you here today. God bless our veterans, and God bless the United States of America.
One of the good things about being the MC is I can pretty much do whatever I want. So I'd like to ask Dave Forney, Junior Past Commander, to come back up. He wants to talk about a short story that happened with Congresswoman.
I'd hoped to do this before Congresswoman Brownlee spoke. This past year, as District Commander for the American Legion, I was invited to a roundtable discussion at Congresswoman Brownlee's office. So I did my homework. I went back to the American Legion National Organization, and I got our list of legislative priorities. There were 11 items on this legislative priority list. So I was going to go to this meeting, and I was going to ask Congresswoman Brownlee where she stood on these. As I did my homework, I found out that Congresswoman Brownlee either authored or co-sponsored 9 of those 11 pieces of legislation, all for us veterans. It wasn't enough that I certainly acknowledge that the great work that she's done. But before I left the office, she made sure to ask me, please tell me what the other 2 were. I want to thank you.
So at this time, Oxnard Band is going to play their rendition of Armed Forces Salute. Those who desire to stand may do so.
Thank you.
Yesterday was a Marine Corps birthday. Number 5. At this time, I feel fortunate that we have our Director of Veterans Affairs from Los Angeles with us. And at this time, I'd like to invite him up, Robert McHenry.
How many people want to see me wrestle with the mic? See if we can get it to work. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to talk about several different things. My staff and I worked on a speech throughout the week. It culminated last night, I think about 8 o'clock at night, 2000, and it was left on the printer. Didn't print out. So this morning I dug deep and I said, what do I really want to say? What is it that's important to me that I want to talk about? Do I want to talk about Armistice Day, World War I, the quieting of the guns on the Western Front, the 11th month, the 11th day, the 11th hour, and the 11th minute? That's where Veterans Day, Remembrance Day started. That was the war to end all wars, has it? No. We have not. 146 behind us attest to that. There's 22 million of us veterans. I see the first Cav patch. First team, first fight, first Cav. We served from the very beginning. I did some research on a Korean War veteran. I wanted to talk about a Korean War veteran today. So I thought Korea was a long, not too long, not as long as Afghanistan or Iraq or Vietnam, but a long fight in the Chosan Valley throughout Korea. And I read the story about a private who fought hand-to-hand combat on his ship. Korea, fighting on a ship. I was taken back. I said, I got to know more about this story. He's a Medal of Honor winner. He rescued his fellow shipmate who was captured on the ship. I'm like, ship in Korea, captured on a ship and rescued. This is a great story. So I'm reading on. It's from the late 1800s. Our first emissaries to Korea, because we saw the Japanese aggression, Japan did invade and claim Korea as part of their territory. But here this Army private fought to rescue a bosun's mate who was captured on his own ship. It was a battle because we went over as peace emissaries, and when we arrived at their shore, they didn't understand it, and they attacked our ships. They found themselves fighting and defending ourselves. And as you read the story, what did they defend? Each other. The story of the Army and the other naval enlisted member both receiving the Medal of Honor was about the ensign, the flag, saving the flag and saving each other. Selfless service. We the few stepped forward, and those that were asked through the draft leaned in with us. They were chosen. We said, I will defend this great nation from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that is the pledge of every senior government official. They raise their right hand and they're sworn into office. Every senior local official is sworn into office. The pledge to defend this great nation from all enemies, foreign and domestic. We knew full well that we may be asked to give that last full measure at any time. More service members die in accidents performing their duties and training than do in combat. We believe in America, for our team, for our fellow service members, for our way of life in America, for what we have here today. We believe in our freedom of speech, of association, of religion, our freedoms of privacy, our freedoms of choice, our freedoms to chase the American dream in what we see it as, our dream. We defend our Constitution, our democracy. We even defend those oppressed around the world when our government chooses to spread the wings of liberty over their nation and to fight for them. We fight for the oppressed. Not many nations around the world can claim that. We veterans are in all walks of life. We're in our schools, we're in our homes, we're in our churches, we're in our workforce. As the mayor said, we're on the streets, we're in the parks. Not everyone makes it. We bring our values and our selfless service. Veterans are twice as likely to serve in government offices at the local, federal, state levels around the nation. They continue to serve as they see fit. But we as veterans look to America to keep her promise, to care for those of us who are wounded and struggle to fit in, the ones that are challenged with the legacy of their service, whether in combat or normal service. We as a nation owe more than our gratitude. We owe consistent care, quality in the services and benefits, when, where, and how we as veterans want them and need them. We need to be adaptable. We need to be accountable. We need to serve from those veterans that are 19 years old. They went in at 18 on a 2-year commitment. They're a National Guard Reserve member. They're active duty. Or the veteran who's 101 years old and has different needs. The VA has to change. It has to be adaptable. How we each as Americans do our part and show gratitude and ensure we keep our promise and vision. Secretary McDonald's My VA initiative is all about leaning into how we treat veterans at home, how we continue to serve, and how they fit into our home. I am honored to thank all veterans and their families for their service, their sacrifices, and everything they continue to do and will do for this great nation. I am proud of my brothers and sisters. The Department of Veterans Affairs is pleased to announce all of the good work we're doing, all of the changes we are making, the partnerships we have with key officials throughout the nation, and with the local organizations and the service organizations that help us reach out in every way possible. I was struck as we stood for the Pledge of Allegiance. Which flag did you turn to? There's a lot of flags. There's a lot of veterans. We all honor in our own way. I recall my time in Iraq as we advanced on Baghdad after having gone through on Nasiriyah. We advanced forward to the command post of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force. And as we were trucked in after a long helicopter flight, we fell into a city of tents in the middle of a field. It was the only place there were no IEDs. As the sun broke, just barely coming over the horizon, you could just barely see light. I peered out of an overstuffed little tent made for 2, and I think there were 4 of us piled in there, gear everywhere. And there was a round hole that I peered out as I lay on my side, and I could see one thing in that image. An American flag, half this size, stuck in the ground. We live in America under the American flag. Veterans serve under our flag. We wear it, we carry it, we fight for it on our ships around the world. We will leave this nation under that flag as a final salute. Thank you. Proud to be a veteran, proud to be here with you.
We're also honored to have, We're also honored to have Assemblywoman Jackie Irwin of the 44th California Assembly District with us to say a few words.
All right, yeah, my time's up now, right? Hey, thank you very much. Is that City Corp? All right. So, good morning, everybody. I am humbled to have the opportunity to speak to you today, and I want to say, boy, between the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts and the Oxnard Band and Lorraine McDonald, Oxnard certainly knows how to thank its veterans. I also want to give a shout out to our Congresswoman Julia Brownley, who does an outstanding job of supporting our veterans, our Ventura County veterans in DC. As we enjoy the weather, now I'm standing on my toes here, as we enjoy the weather and the procession, we must not forget that we have service members who are far away from home, far away from this beautiful place, some of them in dangerous places. To them, I say thank you. For those of you who are veterans in the audience, who remember being in those dark places, who gave your all to protect us, I say thank you. And to the families that were left behind to keep the day-to-day lives going while missing your loved ones and fearing the worst, I say thank you. I want you to know we do not take your sacrifice for granted. You have given us freedom. It will never be enough, but please know that we honor you not just on Veterans Day, but every day. General Creighton Adams once said, there must be within our Army a sense of purpose and a dedication to that purpose. There must be a willingness to carry a little heavier load, to step into the darkness and the unknown for the safety and well-being of others. I could not agree more. Freedom is our purpose. As all of you, as members of our armed forces, proved your dedication, and I hope that all of us can embody those values championed by our military. This year, I had the honor to serve as the chair of the Assembly Veterans Committee. I was able to develop relationships with many veterans advocates and leaders throughout California. As home to the largest population of veterans in any state, California has a unique challenge and a responsibility to serve those who have served us. We need to make sure that our veterans have the care they need and the benefits they earned when they come home. With unanimous support from my colleagues and support of Governor Brown, I was able to secure funding for our veteran service officers, which will improve our ability to reach our veterans and connect them with the federal benefits that they have earned. I was also proud to have authored a bill that codifies the Governor's Military Council. This group of former military leaders from throughout the state is providing leadership in preventing our state's 30 military installation from further base closures. The Council also works to support our military presence in the broader economy, the jobs and growth in California that is supported by the Department of Defense. I am proud to have the opportunity to work on ways to improve the lives of our veterans. There remains much work to be done, and the challenge of serving our veterans has become even more significant as post-9/11 vets end their service and are settled in California. I pledge to you to do everything within my power to help California veterans receive the lives and benefits that they deserve. So once again, for those who served and sacrificed for our nation and our community, we thank you for your service.
Okay, sorry about that, I was working out a detail. So, Veterans Day is about honoring our veterans, but also it is about remembering those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. So at this time, we would like to do presentation of flowers and then also laying of 2 wreaths. First, we have 5 flower arrangements that will be placed at the foot of each of the monuments. This is done by the Sons of the American Legion, Squadron 48. also the auxiliary, and one other volunteer person. So at this time, I could ask everyone to you can turn around from on the stage. And then at this time, we'd like to lay two wreaths, one by the Knights of Columbus, by John Moore, Korean War vet, and the other by the Los Angeles VA, Robert McKendrick, and Jamie Cannon and Daniel William. Please place the wreaths.
Snapshots. There's some snapshots.
Through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. My home, sweet home.
Thank you. That awesome song. Beautiful. So at this time, we're going to ask Oxnard High School Band play one more song for us. Let There Be Peace on Earth. Thank you, Oxnard High School Band. All right, this time, I'd like to ask Chaplain Bill Winter to please come back up, offer closing prayer.
Shall we stand? Uncover if you're covered. May the Lord bless you and may he keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and may he be gracious unto you. May the Lord smile upon you and give you his peace and his shalom. May the strength of God sustain us. May the power of God preserve us. May the hand of God protect us. May the way of God direct us. And may the shield of God defend us. And now, dear Heavenly Father, as we go our separate ways, we ask you to guide us and to help us through the coming days. Be with us and safely lead us down your service road. We thank you for your loving care, for it will certainly help lighten the load. We thank you for your blessings upon our nation, upon our state, and upon our city, upon our families, and upon, most of all, Lord, those who defend us and wear the uniform. Go with us as we part this day. See each and every one of us safely home and lighten every heart. Amen.
Thank you, Bill. All right, this time, I'd like to thank all our distinguished representatives up on the stage. I'd like to thank all the participants in the audience, our veterans, their families, and everybody who loves America. This concludes our ceremony for today. Please be careful when you go home. Thank you.
My name is Ron Santoyo. I served in the 1st Division of the Marine Corps. I was deployed in Vietnam. What this day means to me is, thank God I made it home, but I think of my brothers that didn't make it home. And I really miss them. I wish I could have made it, but things are, you know. But they'll always be in my heart.
My name is Alicia Ramirez. I served in the Marine Corps in 1968. And I was wounded in Vietnam, in Hue City, in April 13, 1968. April 7, 1968. I had a lot of friends with me that, as he died, and I came back, and I'm happy, but I'll do it again if I had to.
My name is Toby Gibson. I served in the United States Navy from 1978 to 1998, and I participated in Operation Desert Storm. And I'm so glad to be here today to honor all the veterans who served and those who are not here today. We want to say God bless you and God bless America.
My name is Albie Thompson. I'm from here local, from Oxnard, California. I served in the U.S. Navy, and I served a tour in Vietnam and toured the board ship. My experience was very well, and I worked as a petty officer, training other military veterans. And I went to Vietnam to help secure our state and wealth here. Now that I'm out, I am the commander of the American Veterans, and I am continuing to carry on with my veterans. Thank you.